Hey, what's going on? I wanted to just go over a brief overview. I'm working on the Burrito Diet official book, first version that's coming out. Probably gonna come out with a couple versions. First one is just gonna be out there to just like get results. We're not trying to explain everything. We're not trying to do all this other stuff. I'm trying to deliver. Here's what you got to do, and if you do this, these are the results you'll get. So it's for someone who is more of a, you know, they take information and they actually implement it versus I need to know all the details of everything, which what I've noticed is those people never actually make any moves. So what I want to do is I don't want to it's my information, my coaching is not for people who need it. Quite frankly, everybody needs what we have to offer, but it's for those people who want to lose fat, be healthy and strong in an enjoyable way. So just a couple of things. I'm going to go through this. Let's see here. I'm going to go through the outline here. So who is this book for? Right? This is for, like I just said, what I just mentioned. It's for people who want to be lean and they like Mexican food and they want to do this in an enjoyable way. And you know, the example I use here is like, you don't know how your car works. Like, you don't actually know, right? You don't know how all of this works. You don't know how this screen is sharing this information. It's coming from this computer. This is in the cloud. You're watching this on your device. You don't know how all of that works, but you're able to use it for your benefit, right? And so that's kind of the things. Like, this is for people who just want results. Like, we don't need to sit here and debate and my team says this and my team that says that and these people are wrong. It's not for those people. Because you're fine getting the results that you want, right? Now, I will say that when you're able to get the results, why and how something works actually makes more sense to you. So I would say, like, do the thing first, find out through experience, and then layer on the understanding of it, right? And so we're going to keep really short, like the part of like, what is fat? How do you gain it? We're going to keep that super short. I'm going to try to keep it under a page. We'll see. The benefits of getting lean, right? I can't even begin to tell you. It's like, I was listening to something. It's like, if I gave you $1 million, would your life not improve? Would you not want $1 million? Like, more money. Nobody says, oh no, I don't want more money, right? Similarly, nobody would actually say, if I could just give you a stronger, leaner, harder body, nobody would say, no, I don't want that, right? And so there's so many benefits to it. It gives you more optionality. It gives you more levels of engagement with life. Like, I can do things because I'm strong and I don't get tired and I'm super lean, right? And that's what the whole point is, like, to be able to engage with life at deeper levels in different areas, right? By the way, you don't have to make more money. You know, you don't have to get leaner. And so a big part of this is going to be this focus on personal preference. Like, I'm not here to argue with people. Mentally, what needs to change mentally? This part is going to be huge. Like, one of the things that I've noticed is, like, if you don't have results and you've never had results and you want results, you got to empty your mind. You got to just stop and be open to actually you got to be open to intaking new information, okay? And then not only just taking it in, but then applying it, right? Being receptive, as one of my mentors likes to say. Then we're going to get into the original Burrito Boy recipe. The recipe has evolved over the years. My emphasis on the recipe has always been taste and convenience. So that's kind of, you know, the where the first recipe kind of started. Then we're going to get into the food enjoyment matrix. This is going to help shape your understanding and your mental framework of like, what are the food enjoyment matrix looks at two big things. Let's see if we can find something real quick. Matrix. I thought maybe I could find something that I've written come up, and I cannot. Maybe if I put Ranbir Sangira. Oh, so I mean, here's then a bunch of things come up. Yeah, gotta. Let's just see what this one says. This one is not very helpful. Maybe this one probably will have something. So yeah, how I look at food is based on how calorie dense it is and how much enjoyment I get out of it. So this is a good picture right here. Food enjoyment matrix. We're going to cover that low to high. Enjoyment, low to high. And this is the space we want to be in right here. High enjoyment and low calorie impact. That's a quadrant 1 food. Find out how to be here. Okay, fat loss is going to become inevitable. So we're going to go into a little bit of that. The 4 lenses, also something that I came up with. The 4 lenses of fat loss. We'll cover that. With this is basically like if you're hitting the 4 lenses of fat loss in everything that you're eating, fat loss is going to be guaranteed. It's going to be, the 4 lenses are going to be high in enjoyment, low in calorie density. It's quadrant 1. And then convenience, meaning you can cook and clean and prepare it relatively quickly. And then the 4th one is it's easy to track, meaning generally that means like less than 5 ingredients. If you are hitting 3 of those 4 every time, you're gonna have easy fat loss. We're gonna go into some basics of cooking, which you need to know, the tools you need. What about working out? Variety as far as like food options. And then addressing some common issues like traveling and whatnot. Getting help. This is going to be a key part of it is like, you can do this on your own, especially if you're able to understand and implement. You can do this on your own. And I've put out a lot of content over the years giving more and more context about the thought process and the subtleties and the nuances. But part of it is going to be like, hey, one of the reasons I am where I am is because I did get help. I got coached by some of the best coaches on the planet. Alberto Nunez, Dr. Trevor Cashy, Alex Viada. Like I've had coaching from some of the top names, Jordan Sayat, in the world, right? And Dr. Mike T. Nelson. And a lot of them have become friends, and I've been able to learn a lot from them. And so my encouragement is always like, if you have the means, or if this is important enough to you, take some money, throw it at this, and get into the room with somebody, whether that's me, whether that's somebody else. And here are some alternate titles that I have for this, but and then we have a FAQ. So yeah, I'm working on this right now. If you want to get a copy, send me a message. I will send you a rough draft as soon as this one's done. And then if you have questions as you go through it, I can try to implement those into the book. But I'm looking to get this out this week. And like I said, this one's going to be short. I'm going to put out a longer version after, hopefully in the next month. And I'm pretty excited because I've come to the realization that this is a really big deal. And I've never kind of understood the impact or how big of a deal this is to say, yeah, I eat burritos and I lose fat. And, you know, and like people still like they're automatically attracted to that idea, but they don't fully get it. And no matter how much content I've put out explaining it, I think having a book, putting all these ideas in one place, and then giving people the opportunity to say, hey, like, I want you to I want you to implement. Like, here's all the information, but if what you would pay me for is, or any coach, is implementation. So I think that's going to be really cool. It's going to be very impactful for me personally, but also I think it will serve the people who come to my content and just, you know, reach a broader audience and help people, because there's a lot of really smart, intelligent people out there, and they just haven't figured this piece out. And a big part of that is they just don't have very helpful frameworks, and they still think that you have to grind through this, and you really don't. So anyways, that's that little progress update. I'm excited to get this out there. So